So I'm sitting in the back seat of the blue 300E, and today we're going to do some ignition system maintenance. It's already had leads installed. He did that on his own. But yeah, I'm going to watch the installation of these today. He pointed out something rather interesting that, well, a few things. Bosch doesn't seem to care too much about the presentation of their products anymore. There's like chipping around the edges of these. Not that I would be particularly concerned, but he's disappointed nonetheless. And there's bubbles inside the whatever it is, epoxy or whatever these terminals are set in with. Resin, I think he said. Yeah, I mean, to me it's okay. I didn't actually see anything wrong with it, but yeah, I guess when you're spending a fortune on genuine Bosch stuff, you don't want to see that kind of thing. And brand new rotor, looking like it's covered in scratches, but hey, it could have just been on the shelf for 20 years as well. It does have a manufacturing date year in the 90s. And even more obvious is the chips around the edge of this insulation disc. But realistically, it doesn't affect the operation. It's just an aesthetic thing. He did mention something interesting. These are new old stock non-resistor NGK spark plugs for the M103. Apparently even NGK no longer makes non-resistor plugs, so this is it. Whatever you can buy now is the last of a good thing. You're not going to be getting non-resistor plugs of any type for much longer. That's just the end of the road. Everyone's going to have to start using resistor plugs. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to work. I will do the EZL replacement of the heatsink paste as well today. And that looks really dry. I think we left this not a moment too soon. So we'll clean out that area down there as well.
Guarantee this has never been off.
And clean up the EZL ready for new heatsink paste. So I have gone a little bit overboard, make that a lot overboard with the heatsink paste on this EZL, but we'll just clean out any excess that oozes out around the edge. So Tim's going to hold the things out of the way while I place that down. Unfortunately, I can't hold the camera at the same time, so you'll just see the after effect. So that's now screwed in. And as you can see, I did go a little bit overboard with the heatsink compound and it's oozing out around the edge. Well, in my opinion, it's better to have too much than not enough. It's just a bit of cleaning that Tim's going to have to do in his own time, but it's actually not that bad. At least we know there's 100% coverage there. So it's just a case of plugging it all up now, and that's the EZL done. Bit of paper towel later, it's not looking too bad. So that job is done. Now we can do the other ignition stuff. There is of course supposed to be a clip on the other side, but that's missing. So Tim probably should have taken the leads off before unscrewing the cap and making life difficult, but I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day as long as you're careful. But I guess there's more chance of damaging things if the cap's flapping around in the breeze while you're trying to pull the leads off, which he has not put dielectric grease on to aid their removal and prevent water ingress, I might add. Anyway, I'll come back when this cap is off. Not necessary. Cap is removed. We can see that rotor. Well, I can't actually see the contact area, but we'll have a look at that when it's out.
It's not even that bad.
Who doesn't like spending money for nothing? Ah, got a new one, might as well fit it. Three Allen head screws holding in the rotor. Already loosened them off camera. Genuine MB. Not that bad, but hey, got a new one, we'll fit it. And to replace this shield, which also doesn't actually look that bad, we need to get this piece out. And that's got a Torx head screw in the middle from memory. So it's just a Torx 30 screw in the middle of that piece. You want to be careful with that because that's ridiculously easy to strip out the head of that bolt. And look how easily that came out. I'm sure the North Americans would be very jealous of that kind of action because it's not uncommon for this to get rusted in place and end up having the ears snap off. But hey, we don't have that problem in Australia. And that's it, it's off. New insulation disc in place. Now it's time for that piece.
Which is keyed.
Only goes on one way.
Where is the key? Guess we'll just put it in there and find out. That's it.
And one screw.
Is that definitely right?
It'll only go one way.
Yeah. Like that.
new cap is being assembled with that black housing to go over the top. That's basically ready to go on now. The order of the leads will work out when we change the plugs. I'll meter them out with my multimeter. It doesn't want to risk breaking that plastic housing that is just replaced.
That's fast, it's got to go on. Somehow.
I will say, I think it's harder to change the cap on the 103 than my 104. I don't remember it being this fiddly. But then again, I've probably taken it apart 1,000 times. I don't really have much experience with the 103. So we'll go ahead and change all 6 spark plugs now. And while the leads are disconnected, I will meter them out and get them reconnected in the correct order on the distributor cap. And there is technically nothing wrong with these plugs anyway, but hey, he's got new ones, so we'll fit them. Oh, they're resistor. Well, there you go, there is something wrong with them. So the new plugs are now installed. Wires are correctly set up. We metered them out and put them in the correct location. This is one last thing to replace, and that's the plastic end on the accelerator cable. So we'll have to get that air filter off, and then that's it for maintenance today. So this is the dodgy job we did to get this thing operating back in the day. Tim has finally got himself the clip to replace that. So we can now cut off this cable tie and set it up properly. So I have cut that off, and now it's free. We can put that clip in there and set it up properly. You'll notice that there is a cutout on this, which allows the cable to pass through it for installation. Now, it's pulling in that direction, so this is going to go on this side. But firstly, we need to thread it onto the cable. I'll try and do that with the camera held in my hand. May not be possible. Well, what do you know? I did it. Imagine my shock. Yep, it only goes one, or either way, does not matter. So that's in there, replaced. And now we'll just adjust this cable so it's not flapping in the breeze, and that's done. So with the cable adjusted the way I like to do it, and it probably is the correct way, no doubt, you want to make sure that that micro switch is being closed in the fully relaxed position, and that this spring is being compressed when it's in the kick down position. So go ahead and floor that to kick down. That's kick down? Yeah. Yeah. Let go. And do it again. If anything, I could probably loosen that a bit, but it's pretty damn good.
Is that a fuck up?
Time for that all-important test start. See if those leads are the right way around.